All right guys, today we're going to talk about 10 ways that you can reduce your base weight before you go backpacking. What is base weight? If you are not sure what base weight is your pack weight, not counting food, water, and fuel. That is your base weight. So what we're going to talk about today are 10 ways that you can reduce that base weight for free. So stay tuned through the intro. What's up? My name is Doug, the Bearded Outdoorsman. Welcome to another video. If you enjoy beard product reviews, gear tips, then you've come to the right place. Today we're going to be taking a look at 10 ways that you can reduce your base weight for free. Yes, this won't cost you a penny to do these things. So I'm not going to tell you to go buy lighter gear. I'm not going to tell you to go spend $300 on a tent. I'm going to tell you things that you can do right now to reduce your base weight. All right, so the first thing you can do is get rid of your stuff sacks. All right, I'm the world's worst. I love my stuff sacks. I love being organized in my pack, organizing everything into stuff sacks. However, the weight of those stuff sacks adds up, and you would be surprised as to how much weight you can shave just by getting rid of stuff sacks. I started using a gallon Ziploc bag, freezer bag for my clothes, and it works just as good, and it's a lot lighter. So get rid of your stuff sacks and you can shave some weight. All right, so the next one is when you stop to fill up your water at a water source, drink as much as you can, and then you don't have to carry quite as much, and it will save you in the long run. So if you hydrate while you're at the water source, filter your water, drink it, and then fill up a little bit to get you to the next water source, then you will be good to go. If you have a foam sleeping pad and not a inflatable, then you can trim that foam sleeping pad down to a size that'll fit you better and not have as much waste. So basically you just need that sleeping pad from your rear end up to your shoulders if you carry a pillow. If you don't carry a pillow, then you might want it up to your head, but either way, you don't need it all the way down to your feet. You don't need that full length sleeping pad. And I've even seen some people trim it width-wise so it's not too wide for them. So take that in consideration. If you've got a foam sleeping pad, then you can do some trimming on it and it'll still serve its purpose. All right, the next one is to go stoveless. Now, I personally am working on this process right now. I'm going through some testing and some trial, and to see how it works, I will report back with a follow-up video in the future, either telling you if I recommend it or I don't. But you got to be very picky when it comes to recipes with that, and you've got to play around with it. Don't go to the trail saying I'm going stoveless and never tried it. So test it at home, try it out, but that's a good way to shave a good bit of weight, because you won't need your stove, you won't need your cook kit, and you won't need your fuel, which is not part of your base weight, but you won't need that fuel. So it'll shave a bunch of weight off your pack. All right, the next one is don't pack a full tube of toothpaste. Pack a travel size toothpaste, and best if you use it some at home to go ahead and get it down to being less, because you're not going to need that full tube of toothpaste, even the travel size. So use that toothpaste at home for a couple days and get it down to about half a tube, and then take that with you. Next is, this is going to sound very minimalist, but take your toothbrush and cut it in half. You don't need a full toothbrush like that. Cut it down to where, cut your handle down a little bit shorter, and you will be good to go. The next is multi-purpose gear. Try to carry gear that you can use for more than one thing. And that just keeps you from having to carry multiple items, which goes into our next point, is to eliminate duplicates. If you've got 2 headlamps, you don't need 2 headlamps. If you've got a headlamp and a flashlight, you don't need that. Pick one or the other and carry it. Eliminate those duplicates and take things that you can use for multiple purposes, and that'll save weight. Speaking of headlamps, don't carry extra batteries. What I always do is I put fresh batteries in before I leave for my trip, and usually my trips are maybe 2 to 3 days, and fresh batteries will get me through that trip, no problem whatsoever. So you shouldn't need extra batteries. Water is the heaviest thing in your pack. So if it rains, while you're at camp, before you pack up your gear, you want to dry it as best as you can. It rained on me on my last trip. My tarp was soaking wet. I tried to pack it up. I tried to dry it off best I could, but I promise you it was 2 pounds heavier than it was when I pulled it out of my pack the night before, with the water that was just on it and in it, and I could not get the water out, so it made my pack heavier. So do everything you can to dry your gear before you pack it back in your bag and continue on the trail. That's sometimes really difficult, and sometimes it makes it to where you have to leave a little bit later, but do what you can to dry that gear out, and that'll save some weight on your base weight. And ultimately, this is trial and error. That is backpacking. I ran into some people a couple weeks ago when I did my my hike, and it was their first time. They had really heavy packs, and they were asking me some questions, but it's trial and error. And that's basically what I told them. I said, you're gonna go on this trip, and on the way home, figure out what you did not use or what you could have done without, and modify for the next trip. And that's what it is. It is trial and error, and you're gonna continue to modify your stuff until you get it just right for you. Don't worry about what somebody else is doing. Get it right for you, what you're comfortable with, and you'll be good to go. So I hope this video helped you. If it did, hit that thumbs up button. Make sure to hit that subscribe if you hadn't already. And until next time, stay bearded, get outdoors, and God bless. Before you go backpack.